Appreciate everyone for joining us. This is Tequila Transactions, now episode 57. It's crazy. 57 episodes in, and we're here with a buddy of mine who is super active on social media. If you don't know who Sean is and who the Adventure Lender is, you're probably not as active on social media as you should. Interestingly enough, I've never done a deal with Sean, but I've probably been across on the other end or ran into him a bunch of times. So, I mean, it's a long time coming, fellow tequila drinker and connoisseur. So we're gonna chat it up, and we got some really cool stuff on the table to talk to you guys about. And first and foremost, bro, just really appreciate you joining us. And just gonna give you the mic, let you do your thing. I'm gonna pour a little tequila for us if that's cool.
Let's do it.
So if you do me a favor, grab me that flute.
Here we go.
I'll pour you up a little something, and I'll give you a little story about where this came from and how I got this stuff.
Yeah, dude,
so.
thank you for having me.
Of course, brother.
I've been looking forward to this.
It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
Long time coming. So if you want, just tell people who you are, what you do, how they can find you, all that cool stuff, and then I mean we'll just dive into tequila, back and forth. I mean whatever we want to talk about, here we are.
Cool. I'm Sean Herrero, mortgage lender. I've been in mortgage since I was 19 years old. Started back in 2001. For 15 years, I was kind of behind the scenes mortgage advisors for my clients. I worked at a bank, and my job was to go to a mortgage advisor and say, hey, use our loans instead of another bank's loans. And it was super salesy and gimmicky. Like I didn't like that, and I saw people getting taken advantage of. And in 2017, I just said, you know what, if you want it done right, go do it yourself. And I kind of put my money where my mouth is and stepped onto this side. And it was one of those, I should have done this 10 years ago decisions. And it's just super fun. And I really do. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. After 2008, I was a professional photographer for a little bit.
Okay.
Because I thought the dream job was like, I'm supposed to do something cooler than be a mortgage guy. And then doing that job, I realized like this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, from an outsider looking in, I think when I first got in the industry and saw what you were doing, I was like, dude, what a fucking cool lifestyle. Like, yeah, I mean, I think I was watching you like out snorkeling and then jump back in your van and like shooting pre-approvals. I'm like, dude, that's the life.
Yeah.
And I was like, for me, that was kind of like the way I kind of, started following you. And when I met you one time and like for the first time, it was like, dude, you're the exact same person who are online. And that's not always the same case with some people.
Yeah.
So the authenticity is like, it's there. And for me, it's like, it's cool as a realtor to be in an industry where like you actually have those people in the industry that are who they say they are. And you guys have, you guys wear as many hats as we do sometimes.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to kind of see just like the authenticity and your journey and now kind of what you're up to now and kind of, really have a big following, not only here in the Bay Area, but, I think, you do a lot with realtors throughout California, and even probably further than that. So, first and foremost, cheers, bro.
Cheers, brother. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, bro. And I just learned this. You're not supposed to tap it from the top. You're supposed to hit it from the side.
Oh, you are?
That's what I was told. And because you get a better like sound, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And you're not like touching rims of where you're going to be drinking or whatever.
Okay.
So I just learned that. I don't know if that's correct.
That might be a new school thing.
But they were literally like, no, you guys are cheering wrong. You guys got to cheer from the sides. I was like, all right.
Maybe it's for a flute, maybe. Cheers regardless, brother.
Salud.
That's good, dude. So what's the story?
All right.
I want to hear it.
All right. So here's the story. So this is from a smaller tequila company called Tres Árboles, 3 trees. So this smaller tequila company, they don't produce as many as others. They do like a lot of tequila, I would say kind of like tequila companies / distilleries. A lot of them don't always harvest and distill their own tequila. A lot of them harvest and sell, or they'll create tequilas for other brands or other companies or what have you, right? So this company actually, we actually throw a golf tournament every year in January. And so the premise of the golf tournament is to raise funds for people in Jalisco or near the area. Mainly people who need the help, right?
Yeah.
People who either, we usually find either a family that's in need and pretty much when I say we, it's mainly our golf club and the president of our golf club, who's a fraternity brother of mine, a really good friend of mine. And so he, a few years ago, started IPA, which is the International Players Association. Okay. So essentially the premise was to create travel around golf and bring guys out and essentially just create events around it. So their staple event is in January. We throw every single year. Consistently, it's been in Guadalajara, so literally like nearby the airport in Tequila country. And we've been playing at the boxer Canelo Alvarez's country club these last couple of years. So really beautiful area, really beautiful country club, awesome golf, great fun. But every year he usually gives us a bottle, like a bottle per person. He's like, "Oh, enjoy it on the golf course, have some fun," right? This year, this guy took it to the next level and kind of listened to what we were telling him about bringing actual barrels.
Yeah.
And so essentially we had 3 barrels. There was a Blanco, a Reposado, and a Añejo, right? And so essentially these are, just more of a kind of artisanal, little mom and pop, small tequila company, right? And so what I did is instead of just going after filling up my bottle with whatever, I did a little bit of a mix. So what I did is I love añejo. Like añejo is my jam. So like I'm super excited to try what you brought. So añejo is my jam, and the reason for it is because I like you touched on earlier. We were off camera. Is like I love that oakiness. Like for me, it's the bourbon, the scotch, the whiskey. Like I love the flavor of it, and you get a lot of that in añejo tequila because of the fact of the aging process.
Yeah.
So what I did is I took a few different. I took pretty much a little bit of all of them and mixed it up. So this is like maybe 75% añejo, about 20% reposado, and like about 5% blanco.
Oh, nice.
So the reason why I did that is because just to try it out and do something different. But ultimately it was because I like the sweetness and oakiness of the añejo, but I also like the smoothness and a little bit more of the flavor from the blanco and the reposado. So the beauty is you can do that. You can mix them up. It's all the same thing, but you create kind of a little something different. And so that was my idea around it. This was once filled and finished before. So the beauty is I was able to refill the thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So pretty much, we drank this on the golf course. And then I was like, you know what? I got to refill this thing and bring it back for our Tequila Transactions. So I tried to replicate exactly what I had did earlier the day, but that was prior to tequila. So it got a little fuzzy along the way. But the premise essentially was to create something different and unique, something that we could try on the show, and not something that essentially was bottles. This is like the first time that I've brought a tequila that's not quote unquote like a brand.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I'm bringing something different.
Dude, it's super good. And I was gonna say like I couldn't place what it was. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know what this is.
That's why I purposely didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell. I was like, I'm gonna give you a little story. It's a little mix. It's a little mixture. It's different. It's not what you're gonna get in the store. You still get that oakiness and sweetness too, but it's not super overpowerful. Because I kind of try to even out a little bit with the others, but it's something that's happening a lot right now too. There's a lot of mestizos or mixtures of tequila, and what they do is they'll play on different, different essentially like different volumes of different tequilas. And right now what they're doing is they're taking like extra añejos, adding a little bit of the añejo and maybe a little bit of the blanco just to kind of create a new version or like a new notes, something different profile. It's kind of like a mixture of different wines, right? But
the blends,
very similar, but something different, right? So it's not over powerful, not something too crazy, but something we can enjoy. So I'm glad you liked it, bro.
Cheers,
Salud.
it's really good. I want to go back to the cheers thing real quick.
Yeah.
Do you know who Barry Habib is?
I do know who Barry Habib is. I actually met Barry.
Did you? Because he's a mentor of mine, like I love that guy. He's like a big brother. So he told me, he took me under his wing in 2010. And we were somewhere and we did cheers, right? And he goes, you know where it comes from? I go, no, I don't. He's all, back in like, I don't know, I'm going to get this wrong, but like say medieval times, right?
Yes.
Everyone's poisoning each other, right? So you and I, to trust each other, we hit our glasses. What are those things are called? Those steins?
Yes, yeah.
Together. Yours pours into mine, mine pours into yours, so we know we didn't poison each other, and then we would drink.
Well, that's
Isn't
crazy.
That savage? And now it's like, no, we got to go sideways so they don't touch.
So they don't touch, and so then
it's like the opposite.
So that because I don't trust you and don't poison me, kind of thing. That's hella funny. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what Barry told me that a long time ago, and I just every time we cheers, I always think of him with that.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. And Barry actually, he was at like a NORA conference a couple of years ago. I think maybe last year before that. But what a great guy! What an awesome story! And he got sick for a little bit, huh? And he's kind
good
of
though.
yeah. What a great guy!
I get chills, man. I think he's an absolute genius. I think he's the smartest real estate economist like that I've ever met or seen. Well, there's the only one I've ever met, but of our time. And,
Yeah.
just powerful, man. Like when he was sick,
Yeah.
he never stopped being on stage. Like he just kept going, like pouring into everyone else. He doesn't need to do any of this,
Right.
But he just keeps pouring into others because he wants others to be better. And yeah, he's an absolutely amazing human.
Yeah.
He's
he's a great person. I think I've followed him the last couple of years, and it was great to have him at the conference.
Yeah.
And I know that had come up, like, oh, he's not doing too well, and so, but yeah, he was on the stage and like, dude's just a powerful speaker,
never ends.
just super intelligent. It's like when he speaks, it's like one of those people he speaks and everyone listens. So
Yeah.
it was great to just be in the same room as him and learn from him too, because yeah, like his accolades are like ridiculous. Like the dude has done a lot for the industry, and so it was really cool to just be in the same room as him and just listen and just be a part of that. Because I mean, it's not every time that you get to be in the same room as a person like Barry and hear from him and his story. But what a trip! I had no idea that the cheers came from like medieval times.
Boom.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah,
and it sounds
into mind, like we're not trying to kill each other. Let's drink.
And at that point, if I did poison you, we're both dying.
We're on it together. We're in it together. Yeah.
Oh, that's hella funny.
Yeah.
But no, dude, tequila is crazy. When you reached out and tagged me, I was like, dude, of course I have to have you on the show. And for me, it's like, it's flattering when people are like, hey man, can I be on your show, or like ask me or whatever? Because for me, it's like, this is fun. Like for me, this is fun. I get to learn more about you, learn more about your business. More than anything, just shed a little bit of light on it. And you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
I mean, someone may be like, dude, Sean's hella cool. I want to work with him.
Yeah.
Can we work? Can I work with him and can I work with you? Like, hell yeah, that's what we're here for, right? So it just, for me, this whole journey of Tequila Transactions has been hella fun because I started in COVID. And so literally COVID, when I wasn't doing anything and it was super boring, I started this whole thing. And now, man, dude, it's been over 5 years of doing this thing.
And it's rad that you stuck with it, because I think there were things I was like, I'm going to do this, and then I quit, and then I go, oh man, if I just kept doing that, where would it be now?
Yeah,
so it's amazing that you kept rolling with it after that.
Yeah, and sometimes I gotta sometimes you don't always want to get behind a camera. Sometimes it's like, man, I don't want to go record that. I just want to hang out or do something else. And it's like, honestly, like, I don't think I've ever had to really force myself to come do this because this has always been something I look forward to. It's been a lot of fun. And it literally went from like being behind a laptop and zooming in and recording it on Zoom to now having like a whole professional setup, And I remember like my girlfriend was the one who gave me the hardest time because she was one of the ones that we still did it on Zoom before I transitioned this to be with the production it is today, right? And then like, remember, she goes, that's kind of bullshit. She goes, you're doing all these recordings with all these cameras and like audio devices and I get the Zoom version. And I was like, don't worry, we'll do another one. But mainly for me, it's just like being able to just, break bread with you, talk a little something that I'm passionate about, something that's really engraved in who I am and in my culture. And it's something that's been very, just very present in my life. Not so much like that my dad's an alcoholic or my mom's an alcoholic or like alcohol was like, we're centered around it, but it was more so like for me, when I drink tequila, it just reminds me of like reminiscing as a young kid and like looking over and seeing like all my uncles having a tequila, hanging out, talking, shooting the shit, talking business, talking everything. Like it was like for them, the way of breaking bread and enjoying each other's time was having a tequila and just kind of just having fun. A lot of good jokes, a lot of dirty jokes.
Sure.
A lot of memories come about. So for me, this was something that I felt was like cool to just adopt and take on and, be able to just continue it. Now, like, this is like going on 6 years of doing this thing. It's kind of crazy. So, but yeah, man, the tequila is one of those things that brings people together. You can tell a little story about it. Everyone has their different their different acquired taste, right? Very similar to wine. Like, wine's super diverse. Like, you don't just have one type of wine, right? Same kind of thing with tequila too. Like, there's so many different styles now, different processes, like, and it's only getting even more intense with like technology, AI, and all that stuff. But tequila is one of those things where now, like, it's super in the, like, very much like in the news because of a lot of stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you were touching on it earlier, and then, that it's just not the same.
Well, and so what turned me on to you is I didn't know that tequila was collected like bourbons or wines are until I saw one of your videos, and it was just a bar of tequilas, and I was like,
yeah,
whoa, right? And then for me, like to me growing up, tequila was just like something you take shots of, and it's gonna burn and it's gross.
Yeah.
And then I started learning more about it, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really smooth. And then the bourbon thing kind of did the same thing, and I just can't drink bourbon as much because I just get cloudy the next day now. And, but and that's why I got in Añejo, because I was like, it sips a little bit like a bourbon does, and so I'll drink that in the winter, and because that's my seasonal thing. It was like tequila when it's hot, with whiskey when it's cold, and I mean, like Super Bowl Sunday, I brought a bottle of whiskey to a buddy's house, and that's what I drank. And then sure enough, Monday I was just like, I didn't even drink a lot of it, right? And I'm just, wait, what happened yesterday? And I mean, it wasn't a lot, but I just don't get that way with tequila.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think we touched on it earlier too, even off camera. We're like, just stuff is so like it's cheap now.
I want to sell.
Once something gets its fame, and then like now it's a race to produce, and then that's obviously quality gets sacrificed, and so tequila has been on the rise. Like I think 2020 is when like I really started to see things gain some momentum. Like a lot of tequila brands were like shipping everything to the U.S., which was very not as common as before, because a lot of times people were still buying the good stuff in Mexico, but obviously the U.S., China, and other countries like really had a taste for it, acquired taste for it now, and it's like the gaining popularity just was like crazy, and like and then like it was now a statement of wealth, because if you're drinking Don Julio 1942 or Glace Azul, you're like, you're up there like drinking the good shit, and you're wealthy, or you have this like prominent figure, but it's like, and then you come to find out that all that shit's shit. Well, not all of it, but there's a lot of it that's shit, and it's because what we're talking about.
When it's packaged, like Clase Azul is my favorite, the bell on the top, right? It's fun, it tasted good. And then like 1942, I've never actually liked that much. To me, it's really harsh.
Yeah, it's gotten worse.
And I thought it was Reposado. I didn't know it was Añejo.
Yeah.
And it's harsh to me, and like, why is this the one? But it was just a status symbol, right?
It is.
Clase Azul status symbol, and then I started buying Milagro Reposado. Dude, it's $23. Yeah. And I was like, I promise you, if I poured this in a blue and white bottle,
people would know the difference. No,
it's just the status symbol. And what really turned me on to the additives was what's Clooney's one called? Casamigos.
Casamigos.
I was like, nothing should have this much vanilla in it. Like, it just, they poured a bottle of vanilla in this. No, it's not just, I think they're getting sued right now, actually, over it. There's something going on.
I think from my understanding, he sold it to a Chinese investor. They paid $1 billion for that company.
Oh, wow.
A few years ago, paid $1 billion for that company. Still his name's on it, and everything, but when it first came out, it was so much. In my opinion, when Casamigos first came out, it was so good.
Okay.
Like initially.
Yeah.
And usually it's that way. You know what I mean? They make something decent.
Yeah.
They reel you in, and then start serving you crap.
Yeah.
And then right now, who's getting pretty much ran through the mud is Don Julio's parent company, Diageo.
Okay.
They're getting ran through the mud because they sacrificed. Like yours says 100% blue agave on there, right?
Yeah.
They were saying 100% agave, so they were getting different cactuses.
Oh, because it's blue.
So essentially, it has to be called tequila. It has to have a few characteristics. It has to be distilled in the region of Jalisco or near. There's some few regions like outside that still count, but there's like they have their own map. Like you literally have to harvest and distill in this area for it to be called tequila, and it has to come from 100% blue agave.
Oh, okay.
Blue Weber agave. So it has to be Blue Weber agave. There's different types of cactus.
Yeah.
And so the OG original, like we're talking about, like from probably the origins of where tequila came from is mezcal. Mezcal is the OG way of doing it.
Yeah.
Different cactus.
Yeah.
Different process. You're getting a liquor out of it. You're getting something that you can drink. And tequila is, or it's very much tied to our indigenous roots. So tequila essentially is very much, part of our culture for that reason. But yeah, tequila over these last few years, like, because we're talking about like that huge popularity and like the huge demand in China, the US. And then I think 2 years ago, tequila became the number one imported alcohol in the US, which was pretty much dominated by vodka for decades.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, now everybody wants tequila, now everybody needs it. And so that's where you start cutting corners.
Yeah.
And Diageo is getting sued because they're usually getting stuff that's derived from like cane, alcohol, and like just different things from like derived from different things other than the blue agave. So essentially mixing it, creating their little concoction, and then selling it on the market. So the average Joe doesn't know better,
right?
You know what I mean? Like you talked about earlier.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but now you do know, right?
Yeah.
So now because you did the research and you're tasting it, now you're like, why the hell does this taste like vanilla?
Yeah.
So, and then some people just don't care because, like you talked about earlier, it's like some people just drink it for the shots, And that's for me growing up. I didn't give two shits either. You know what I mean? Like I started, drinking tequila to have fun.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so much like to understand where it came from and the process and like why is it an añejo, what makes it an añejo, right? So now it's like, for me, it's so much more now the story behind where it came from and like who the family is and where their ranch is and like what kind of process do they use to make it, because everyone's super different.
Mm-hmm.
Some people use different types of wood in their casks, or like they'll pretty much put in different barrels. A lot of people use American oak. Some people will get like old barrels from whiskey.
Yeah.
A company right now that's doing a lot of that is a company who's gaining a lot of fame nearby us, called the city's called Arandas. And it's probably about an hour from like the airport from Guadalajara, like maybe a little bit over an hour from Tequila, but they have a company right now that's blown up called Tequila Ocho, and you'll see a lot of it here too. Ocho is really popular.
I've had it. Yeah,
it's really good. It's really, really good, and they're organic, additive free, really good shit. But what they're doing is now they're doing like collabs with like people in New York and across the country in the U.S. who do whiskey, who do bourbon.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're essentially borrowing their barrels. They'll get it shipped to them. They'll store their tequila in there.
Yeah.
And now they have a whole different process, you know what I mean?
That's how, maybe it's not this one. A friend of mine, the guy that got me into bourbons, he sent me a tequila that was finished in, I want to say like port wine barrels, but there was another one that was done in a bourbon barrel. And,
dude.
And they're super.
Oh, it's so good.
Super good.
So good.
But that still keeps it's the original product is still 100% blue agave, so it's still classified as tequila, even though it's finished in a port barrel or whatever it is.
Yeah, you can still do that. I think they're essentially, you have to have a certain, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but there has to be a certain percentage of I mean, technically, like, unless they're adding different alcohols in or something, then that changes the whole thing. But they can finish it in different types of barrels. Doesn't change what it is. It's just different classifications, right? Yeah. Right now, what's super popular now in Mexico, and it's getting a lot more popular here. And I think it's gotten more popular here because people like just higher proof stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's getting a lot of popularity now where they're doing higher proof tequilas, which is freaking delicious.
Is it really?
Oh my god!
Because I feel like tequila's always like 40, 45.
Yeah, when it's sent out here, it has to be maxed out at 40.
Oh, it does.
It has to, yeah. Okay. So it has to get maxed out at 40 because that's what the U.S. calls for. So U.S. has to be 40 proof minimum.
Oh, minimum.
Minimum. So it has to get sent out here for that. In Mexico, usually you'll see stuff as low as 35%, 38%, and that's because they process a little bit more. Yeah. And sometimes they like it a little bit smoother in Mexico. They don't like it, and it just hasn't been as popular in Mexico till now with the high proof stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. I've never seen a higher proof tequila.
Oh, dude, I got you. I still got some that I'm saving. I'll when we meet up, I'll bring you some. But that Tequila Ocho brand, they worked with a company in New York called Widow Jane, I believe. Okay. And Widow Jane essentially gave them their whiskey barrels, and I think they're at like 50%. It's like 50% alcohol. It's oh dude, it'll burn your nose hairs. Yeah. It'll burn your nose hairs, but that's a little bit different because you really have to kind of prime your palate and your esophagus. Like, you can't just take a shot of that shit.
No, well,
it'll kill you. Like, you're gonna be like coughing up a lung.
Yeah.
Well, what usually I see like the higher proof guys do is they kind of prime it. They'll take a little bit of a shot, they'll just kind of marinate in their mouth and swallow it, just priming it.
Yeah.
Dude, it starts tasting so much different after that because now you've kind of like already primed yourself. You're acclimated to that higher proof stuff. You're not gonna be, coughing on it when you take that first sip. But it gives a whole different just like experience.
Yeah.
It's just like it's different. It's not like this is a smooth. I imagine that's gonna be a smooth sipper too.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be crazy, but that higher proof stuff is just a different. It just wakes up your palate a little bit different. But that one definitely, like, you could just smell it right away. It has a different finish and so much more oaky.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're a whiskey or a Scotch or bourbon guy, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Because it just has those notes where you're just like, oh, dude, what the hell? And it's like you're just like, it literally feels like you're chewing on like the barrel. It's crazy. And then it has a really smooth finish at the end. But you really have to prime it because, like, if you start taking it in the beginning, you're just like, it's not going to be as enjoyable. You really have to kind of prep yourself for it. But I think it was like a year or so ago, we did a recording of it, and I pulled it out because we were recording at my house. And we recorded at my house, and my buddy was like, he lived nearby, so he came over. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I got some high proof stuff. I don't know if you're ready for it. And he's like, I don't know. But we had already been drinking tequila. So at that point, it's like, we just sipped it a little bit and just like we already had it on our palate, but it was so enjoyable, dude. It's so different. But that's kind of the move right now is the higher proof stuff. And a lot of people are drinking higher proof stuff.
Well, my buddy owns a knife company, and they just did a collab with a bourbon company, and theirs was 145. 145% alcohol. And it's, so to your point, like I went and tasted it at his house, and he poured it in a little like flute, and you almost go into it like you're drinking like something hot, like hot coffee. You don't want to burn your mouth off. So you're like, what am I getting into?
Yeah.
And same thing, like the first little sip like kind of primes everything. And then after that, it was just kind of fine. But with something that hot, it's like, just give me a little water in there, like a little ice. And then once it melts and mellows it out, it's so good. Yeah,
dude. I think that's the cool thing about trying different alcohols is like, just be not to say be careful, but just like I think just be aware, of being aware of different brands and different tastes and different notes, and you kind of venture off and find stuff you like. And that's the cool thing about tequila is it's very much like that.
Yeah.
And like you said, to your point, like in the beginning you didn't know, and then now you're kind of like venturing into this whole new world, and it's like before I didn't know either, and I just thought my dad was just a collector of bottles. Yeah. But then my dad just started really kind of like telling me the stories of different bottles that he liked and where they came from. And a lot of them, he would buy a bottle to taste, and then if it was worthy, he'd put it up on the shelf.
Yeah.
So for him, it was like, just being kind of like open-minded and tasting different stuff. And then over the years, it just like became a thing where like my brother and I were like, what do we get Dad for this year? Oh, we got to give him a different bottle or something different, like new, or to add to his collection. And it keeps getting bigger.
That's cool.
Keeps getting crazy big because like now it's like, where the hell are you gonna put all of it?
Yeah.
But like he started to fill cabinets and like under his bar and like all that stuff. And like I kind of started to do it myself for like every time I go to Mexico, I try to bring something different. Yeah. Something, to add to the collection or something unique. Because it has a story, it has a background, and usually it comes along with like some sort of event that happened, or some sort of memory. Yeah. And so for me, it's like I always try to bring different stuff that like I had a good time with, or we had went out and tried it at the distillery. So for me, it's interesting because now I get to bring it back, get to share it with you, get to share it with other people, and over the years I've not been much of a drinker either. Like for me, when I drink, I'm drinking with somebody else, and we're having a good time and not going too crazy. But for that reason too, it's like I don't want to wake up the next day and feel cloudy and feel like the whole day is going to waste because I got to recover. Yeah. So it's like for me, it's like I want to drink something where I know I can get up the next day and keep let's get the show on the road. So It's, I think, just finding what you like, making sure it doesn't make you feel like crap the next day
Yeah.
or foggy, and
Yeah.
just like roll with it because um, it's so diverse, so unique. Honestly, I don't have even scratched the surface. I'm
Yeah.
just still learning and like trying to like understand more, and it's crazy because like every time Mexico is just like right now. It's calmed down a little bit as far as the demand goes. There's so much agave out there; it's
Okay.
ridiculous. So the agave has gotten a little bit cheaper, but the thing is too, people also don't know that it takes 7 years for that plant to mature.
Yeah.
And then if you're drinking something like this, by the time it hits the bottom, you get it. It's like 9 years in the
Right.
making, dude.
Right.
So
The time and like if I just think about that all the time, like with wine, right? Like the
Dude.
amount of time and money invested before you actually have a deliverable product.
It's insane.
Insane.
Yeah. So like that's why a lot of people start cutting corners.
Yeah.
A lot of companies are just trying to rush it to market. But you still have these brands that still do things the right way.
Yeah.
And still, have a really solid kind of just approach to it, and like they're not trying to cut corners, and their name is everything to them.
Yeah.
So one brand that's been around forever, and you'll still find it on the shelf today, that really hasn't changed, is Siete Leguas.
Oh yeah, that's so.
That's been around forever. They've never sold out.
Yeah.
They've never changed their process as much, and still in Mexico to this day, like it's still a very good sought after brand. Like people drink that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's a very respected brand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's some out there that just come and go. Like they'll show up, they'll get a little bit of fame, and then you'll go back. I'll go back the next few months, and people are like, "Oh, no one's drinking that shit anymore." Like, "Oh no, it's trash now."
Yeah.
And it's just because they started off right.
Yeah.
And then they start cutting corners or rushing it, or even like they don't have enough product, and they start bringing in like different types of alcohol or additives.
Yeah.
And I think that's the worst right now. I think for tequila, that's been kind of like the biggest headline, like additive free. Like what's additive free? What isn't? And why do you feel like crap the next day? It's because all this stuff that they're putting in it. And tequila shouldn't make you feel that way.
No.
Because if it's done right, and if it's done artisanally, like as they say, artesanal, or even done organic, like using actually organic blue agave, like you shouldn't feel like shit the next day. There shouldn't be any additives or any pesticides or anything like that that's going to be harmful, because tequila, like we talked about, just like mezcal, it's a very like artisanal, very much like an old school kind of like rooted in our culture kind of thing. And then now obviously, just like wine, gets commercialized, gets crazy big, and then like you start having all these big brands trying to take over.
Well, that's what they're saying even about Napa, that I think a lot of the big wines that were just pure and this and that, they all have additives too. So it's like to me, it's people. Morals and values and integrity matter in anything you're doing, right? And so these are just perfect examples of like, oh well, we made a really good product that everybody wants, or hey, this product is almost there. How do we make it as like taste as good as that one?
Right.
Throw some stuff in there, like, and then it's like, well, now you've given up your it's an integrity issue. It's like money's not everything, and if you're doing it for that reason, you don't be in. There's plenty of ways to make money.
Exactly.
If you want to be an artisanal alcohol brand of any kind. I heard somebody told me Tito's vodka, which I thought was the cleanest.
Yeah.
It's not made of corn, it's made of corn syrup. And a buddy of mine, I was just in Mexico with him a couple weeks ago, and that's what he drinks. He's like, I don't drink it anymore because I was like, well, I thought that was the best one. He's like,
right.
No, I go, you mean it's made of corn? He's like, no, they make it out of corn syrup now. And it's just like, there you go. And to most people, they don't care, right?
Yeah.
Who cares? I'm throwing in soda or tonic or whatever else. But if you're drinking Tito's because you think it's this clean vodka, it's just based on what I heard, I don't know, like that it's just not anymore.
And it sucks because for me, I mean, I dislike. I could almost say I hate vodka. It has never treated me well. Never treated me well. Like growing up, like. I would wake up and curse its name the next day because it just didn't make me feel well. And I think mainly it's because vodka usually is always mixed in like some sort of juice or something sugary, right?
Yep.
So for me the next day, I just didn't feel well. And I was like, dude, why does vodka always make me feel that way? And I think it's just because I'm overloaded on sugar and not drinking enough water. But anywho, tomato, for me, it's like, I just don't want to drink it anymore. And Tito's for me was always one of those things where like it just had that that recognition and that kind of like, it was like one of the, like if you weren't drinking something like super high end like Belvedere, like Grey Goose, then Tito's was like the next thing next to it that wasn't super expensive. But even then, now it's like it's crazy because it probably goes back to like them just needing to cut corners, needing to cut costs, needed to rush it to market, whatever it is.
Yeah, demand got too high.
Demand gets too high, and then now they got to pivot. So, but with tequila, it's very much the same, man. You're seeing that in the market now.
Yeah.
So that's why you're having a lot of people, be tequila kind of like connoisseurs online and like have a huge following on social media, is because they're trying to like warn people and give people some advice. There's so much good stuff out there, bro. It's crazy. Like now, it's not even fair. Like to be able to, like, some of the like main guys who really like, guys and girls who love tequila, they have the connections. It's like, if you don't know somebody, you're not going to get the bottle.
Yeah.
So it's so hard now. It's crazy because, dude, like the most sought after brand right now that's super famous, that's hard to get. And they'll even like limit you. What you can buy is it's gotten super famous. It's Fortaleza.
Yeah. Oh.
Fortaleza is so famous.
Yep.
And it's like,
to say that.
Dude, it's like just kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? And it's like kind of stupid. Like where you're like, man, really? Like, like if I want one, why can't I buy one?
Yeah.
Or like if I want to get a couple, then you're gonna limit me to buying a couple, because then like it's this crazy brand that's super sought after, which is fine.
Yeah.
And a couple years ago, it was just sitting on the fucking bar and no one would drink it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And sometimes I wonder with that how like there's certain bourbons that'll be allocated, right? Yeah. And you can only buy one or this or that. And then a couple years later, all of a sudden they're everywhere, right? So like Eagle Rare bourbon. I really like it. It used to be $40 a bottle, and then all of a sudden it was gone. You can't get it. It was super expensive. And then like it'd show up at Smart and Final on the end cap, and I just like this. And they're like, "What, are you having a party?" I'm like, "Nope."
No, I just trying to stack up. Yeah.
And now it's always there, and I'm like, "Wait, so they made this not? It's like, remember that company Supreme?
Yes.
I feel like they're doing that. It's like, hey, we can make all of it, but let's just put less out, and then we can 3x the cost.
3x, yeah.
But they'll have Fortaleza at Lenardi's in Danville. I'll sit there, and I didn't know it was hard to get. Otherwise, I would have bought it. And I also like, it's good, but it's not. I'm not over the moon for it, right?
Yeah.
Like I really like this. Fun buying. And again, you've gotten to taste so many more than I have. But it's. I think I had their repo. Do they do all three?
They do all three.
They do.
They're all pretty good. Honestly, they're all pretty good.
Okay.
The Añejo will knock your socks off.
Will it really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good,
Nice.
honestly. And they do a lot of cool shit too. Like they do a lot of collabs. They'll do winter. The one people really love is they'll do a winter blend every year.
Cool.
So they'll do a little something different where they're like mixing their tequilas to create this winter blend.
Yeah.
But people go crazy for it, dude. Like they'll go crazy for it because it's not as big and all their bottles are numbered, and there's certain lots that people go and find. Like, oh, this is that one lot, and they're like, from this time and this time, and it's so like sought after and this and that. I'm like, I'm not geeked out like that.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like, if I'm kind of like you, if I like something, I'm gonna drink it and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go be a fanboy and geek out over it. Maybe I will a little bit, but sometimes like I have a client who's like, the dude. Shout out to Albert, because of you, I have some really great bottles in my collection because he's such a good guy. He's like, come over and try some tequila, and then he'll send me home with a bottle.
That's awesome.
I'm like, dude, you don't have to do all that, but I love him to death.
Yeah.
He's a golf buddy of mine. I love him and his family. His wife's amazing. Like, such good people. And every time we hang out, it's like it was just yesterday.
Yeah.
And we just pick up where we left off. But yeah, he's been a big sponsor to my tequila collection.
Awesome.
He's helped out and give me some really cool bottles, but he's very much like looking out for different bottles and different types, and he has the hookup because his aunt works at grocery outlet. Grocery outlet gets a lot of stuff too sometimes. And so for me, it's like, then I'm trying to venture off and see what I can find, because sometimes grocery outlet will get some stuff.
Yeah.
And then if you're not looking or you don't know what to look for, it goes like that. People buy it right up. And he'll call me and be like, hey, Safeway has Fortaleza for like whatever, go get it. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Or he'll come like, hey, Costco has this, you got to go get it.
Yeah.
So
that's part of the fun.
It is pretty fun. It is pretty fun because then you got to add something to your collection, and then like you get the insight. It's like, oh shit, I got to go get it before everybody gets it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool because for me, it's like, yeah, I want to add to my collection, but also I want to have something for when people come over or something I can gift to somebody. And a lot of my clients are people like me. They're Latinos that like to drink tequila, and then everyone usually hits me up like as like their tequila like reference or like their reference guide.
Yeah.
I go, one of my buddies just hit me up today, like, dude, I'm going to Mexico City. I need to know what I should get because I want to sip on something and I want something to bring home. So I'm like, I just sent him a whole punch list. He's like, dude, you're awesome. But I'm like, you look out for these because these are harder to find here. You might find them over there. But definitely, try to get something within this list.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get something that's going to be better for you. It's not going to make you feel like shit, especially if you're out traveling and walking around. You don't want to feel groggy. You feel like lethargic the next day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I would just say it's been a wild ride for tequila. I don't know. It's going to get crazier, most likely. And then right now, how there's a little bit of a lax in like the pricing in Mexico, like people can buy up agave. I think we're going to see a little bit more different brands enter the market, which we're starting to see too. Because even my neighbor, who's a cattle farmer, started his own tequila, and it's freaking amazing. And he's all about that movement too. He wants something that's artisanal, something organic, something additive free. And he just brought out his Blanco. We tried it a few weeks ago because they were doing an auction for cattle. So we were out there hanging out, and they're big Angus farmers. Okay. So we were out there hanging out with them.
Wait, up here in Mexico?
No, in Mexico.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah. So our neighbor out in Mexico has like his family, just huge family that just does cattle, and their Angus is like.
That's great.
Premier. They have like award-winning Angus cows. Yeah. And those cows are all over the US, Canada. And it's crazy because this auction that they have, like, it's just not Mexican people. Like, you have people from Texas showing up, people from Canada showing up because they're trying to take some award-winning cattle back to their farms, right? And continue, exactly, continue that pedigree. So that's a whole another life within itself with, the ranch life and all that. I know your son's huge in a rodeo and he's out there riding bulls, right? So it's like it's all crazy how it's all interconnected and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Tequila is just like it's a pathway to a lot of things, and a lot of people have gotten really, really wealthy over it in Mexico, and a lot of people are still continuing to become wealthy over it. And if you have a good brand, you have the sky's the limit for you. So
and it's fun. It's like you learn the culture behind it, right? Like I think once you start to care more than just like, oh, let's go drink tequila or let's go to the bar and I'll get tequila and soda. It's like once you start getting more into the stories, but like everything you shared today, right, is like eye-opening to me. But all the stories that are behind the bottle, it's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in your life. I know you've been busy. I know you walked in and you're like, dude, things are cooking.
It's on, man. So in real estate, it feels like it's 2021 again right now. It really does. There was a turn last summer. It was weird. Like the busy time wasn't busy.
Right. It wasn't.
The demand wasn't there. And I'm just like, what is everyone just kind of over this? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Everyone just taking vacation again. And then I'd say in December, it just caught fire. Yeah. And I talked to someone today. We had a client make an offer on a place in Oakland. It was listed like $800,000. We've been prepping for this for like 10 days. And because the buyers really wanted this house. And so I'm walking them through like how they should look at financing. It's not the price, it's not what does the house cost, but what will the house cost you? We want to like remove the emotion from it, right? Because it's a fear of making a mistake. I don't want to overpay. I don't want to look like an idiot. They offered over and it was listed just under 800. It went over $1 million, right? 8 offers. And we did all the research, this and that, and it's just unheard of. And that's just kind of a recurring theme again. Right. And so what's hard is when you're on this shift is they don't understand what's happening. So it's like, wait a sec, every 2 months ago, like everyone's getting deals and discounts and organizing credits and everything else. And then now it's just hair on fire. Right. And that's the way it goes. And with real estate, it's like more local, right?
Right. Very much. Yeah.
And I lived in Virginia Beach, all over California, Texas. And you just see these shifts happen. So like Sebastopol up in Sonoma, house was on the market forever. As of today, it had 4 offers. Like we're one of 4. Wow. And it just shifted, right? And so I think that's part of why I love what we do. It's like, it's always a game of, it's strategy, right? It's a chess game. Like how of course, we always want to get someone the best deal. And if a house is sitting on the market, okay, lowering the price doesn't really save you that much money. Here's how you use the seller's money to your advantage in doing all these different things. And then on the flip side of that, when it gets competitive, it's like, okay, we have to beat out, like literally we're going to fight people for this house and I'm going to make sure we win. But you have to be in it. And then there's days like today, I never would have thought this house would go for $1 million, like just out of nowhere. And I'm seeing that in Walnut Creek. Like and I don't know, like, each neighborhood individually, right? I don't know that. And so I look at a house aesthetically, price point, like comps in the area, but I don't know the schools. I don't know this little pocket of this neighborhood is different than that little pocket.
Right.
And if you're in the right pocket, it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been super interesting, but it's fun. Like when I've been the buyer, like I hate to say it that way because it wasn't fun for my clients that lost today, right? It doesn't feel good at all. And I've personally been there. And really that's kind of what changed my philosophy in these multiple offer situations was my own experience. I used to tell people, you in a competitive market, like I feel like we're about to be in again, rates haven't come down, right? So I talked to the agent on that deal today and I'm like, look, we have to go here, we have to do that. Like, we're not going to get a multiple counter, so we have to adjust ahead of it.
Right.
Because I'm calling the listing agent, like, where are we at? Is your client inclined to do a multiple and put us all against each other? Or are they just going to accept like whatever they feel is best? Every offer was non-contingent. We were going to do a 10-day close. The others were like two weeks, whatever. So all things considered, the terms are the same. So then the price is going to win. She's like, well, now that rates have come down, I'm like, they haven't. Rates have been the same for 6 months, but everyone keeps saying they came down.
Yeah.
So maybe just everyone hearing rates came down.
I think
they just believe it, and even though nothing's changed.
I think I think it all comes down to consumer confidence.
Yeah.
I think like 6 months ago this was not even the conversation. And it's crazy because I took a listing from an agent that couldn't sell a house in Oakland for the life of her. My client was just like, you know what, it's not a good fit. He also felt like, she was not a right fit because she was not from the area or didn't sell a lot in Oakland. Granted, I took the listing, but I had a whole different approach. Before, just marketing didn't look great. Wasn't staged. There was a bay view and a couple of trees were blocking it. I was like, we need to trim those trees. We need to get that view back. We need to open it up. We need to get more light in here. And, granted, I priced it $100,000 less. Yeah. But they went from 800 to 750 to 700, took it off the market, no offers. Yeah. No offers. Yeah. And so for me, it's like, if we do it right, my client was fighting me on a couple things, but I was like, we have to do it this way. Yeah. Because if we bring it back on and it looks the same way it did with that agent, they're gonna look past us. So we got to be more competitive in pricing. We have to stage it. We have to make it look presentable. Do a few things here and there. I didn't make them break the bank, but the main thing was bringing that view back, trimming up like some of the trees and vegetation, just making the yard look more presentable. But it was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath in the Oakland Hills, gorgeous view, third of an acre, great house.
Oh, that's insane.
But it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's a smaller house. It's a little bit more intimate, right? You have a true 1-bedroom, 1-bath, but there's another 2 rooms that you could utilize for bedrooms or storage or what have you. But great living space and had a really nice deck that kind of really overlooked the South Bay. So I was like, we really have to sell that. And I told my client, we have to sell that. The view, the lot size, being away from this, feeling like you're away from the city without being away from the city. And so, dude, it was like, I had no freaking idea that the weekend before Super Bowl in like end of January, I was going to have almost 100 people on a Saturday and like almost 100 people on a Sunday. Yeah. Like I had no time to like to even take notes who's coming in. Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit, this is insane. It's like I'm just talking to people and answering questions and it felt like 2020 again.
Yeah. But that speaks to your marketing, right? If you had that many people through that they didn't, everyone says, oh, you just find it online. It was online before, right? It was online the first time. Right. Nobody cared about it. Right. So there's something you did. All the things you just described is what we got to go see this thing. And people might have been like, "Is this the same house?"
And that's right. Yeah. And I got a lot of those questions. Is this the same house? This was on the market before, right? Yeah. I was like, yeah, it was on the market before, but I wasn't the agent and did some different things and this and that. But I think it's like I always hear like For me, it's like I try to take what other top producers do and try to mimic it or do something different. And I always hear it's all about the 3 Ps. It's a price, promotion, and preparation. Like those 3 things are going to help you sell that listing.
Yeah.
Last year, like things were cattywampus. Like 2024 and 5 were just a little weird. Like it took me almost a year to sell a condo in Concord, which is unheard of. I've never had a listing go that long. And I think it's just market conditions. Not everybody wants a condo. People are prioritizing single families, other things, right? But same kind of strategy. Like in the beginning, my clients were living there. It was kind of it showed nice, but it didn't show as nice. Took all their stuff out, refreshed it, restaged it, repriced it, and then started getting traction.
Yeah.
So it's like it all comes down to those things, and I think now what we're seeing is people are going to want to get things moving a little bit faster. And I think it's like always a snowball effect, and you know that because once they start hearing like, oh, rates are coming down, then your phone starts going crazy, and it's like, well, they really haven't changed much, but
like literally,
this is where you're at,
Well, and so for that note, I think the other thing, because correct me if I'm wrong, but a vacant home that is staged is going to sell quicker and at a higher price than one that is occupied. Is that accurate?
Or even just vacant, no staging.
That's the worst.
Yeah. But it's hard because especially when you have a seller who's used to living the way they're living.
Yeah.
And although not to badmouth their furniture or their decor, but sometimes it's their furniture, their decor, it's for them.
Their taste.
And sometimes it doesn't translate for other folks.
Right.
And then other folks may look at it like, oh, this isn't for me. And sometimes that will hinder them from even considering it.
You can't visualize. Like I'm a lender because I can't visualize things, right? If I walk into an empty room, I can't see what it would look like with this type of furniture.
Right.
If I walk into someone else's house, the way you're describing it, I can't see what it would look like without their furniture. I just don't have the ability to do that. Where when it's done like an IKEA, you walk in IKEA and they got all the little setups, you're like, oh, I can see what this would look like, right?
Yep.
It's kind of same concept. But that's where a lot of what we've been doing too is helping people buy the next house so they can get out of their current home so that they can get a higher price for it by staging, by doing all the things you're describing, and they're already off to the next, And there's a lot of, it's like what you're saying about tequilas, like the amount of opportunities like that have opened in the last 2 years has been incredible. So that's where I think the misconception of I'm stuck in my current home and, I got to sell this one even though I live in it before I can buy the next one because I don't want to go rent something. I don't want to, do a 60-day rent back and have to rush into the next, buy something because I feel rushed into it. All that's gone. I mean, it's so easy to jump to the next house so that you can sell your current home, I'll say the right way, right? From a marketing perspective because what do we want when we sell? I want top dollar.
Yep.
And I want, that's what I want. And if that's going to mean that I can't be there, and I got to let Ricky throw his stage in with all the cool furniture, easy day, let's do that. So that's really, that's the biggest shift I've seen in lending the last 2 years is just the opportunities to get into the next house before you sell your current one.
Yeah. And just the ability to be a little bit more creative and utilize different programs. I mean, for me, it's like these last couple of years, I've never did as many bridge loans and 1031 exchanges. Like it's just a whole different, it was a different market. You got to be more creative and give people options. And a lot of people are like, what's a bridge loan? I can do that. Yeah. You can go buy a home, move into it, and then we can then prep your home and sell it. So, and people are like, what the hell?
Yeah. And I tell people it's the bridge loan. It's a concept, right? So people think of it as a loan program or a product.
Right.
And I say, like I'll get referred from a real estate agent. Hey, Ricky told me to call you for a bridge loan. It's like, cool. What he means by that is to be able to buy your next home using the equity from your current home. We're bridging you over. It doesn't mean you have to use a specific thing.
Correct.
There are numerous ways to do that. Sometimes even like your 401k could be an epic bridge loan because you're leveraging your own funds without touching your equity in your current home.
Right.
So I'm going to pull 5% down out of my 401k. The interest I pay on my 401k loan is paid into my 401k. So I'm paying myself interest. That's a good thing.
Right.
And I'm going to use that money to buy this house. And then when Ricky sells my current house, I'm going to do a recast to pay down loan balance and get my payment down. I didn't have to use a bridge loan. I didn't use a special buy before you sell program. I found a concept that worked for me, and that's what I think me and any other lender should be doing. Is it's like, how do we help you accomplish this goal, right?
Right.
It's not one size fits all.
No, it's
and we'll find the right way to do it and at the same time be the most cost effective way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you have to be creative.
Yeah.
The market that we're in, you just have to create solutions for people, and you can't just be like, oh no, I don't know, I don't think we can do that. It's like if you're not calling in people to that are experienced, then we're not. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
Because you essentially, for me, it's like if I don't know something, I don't know because I don't know.
Right.
But then if I'm not bringing in other people or trying to create a solution for the client, then I'm failing the client, and I'm also failing myself. So for me, it's always a thing to just be honest. I don't know the answer to that question, but I know someone who might. And let me call this person, let them talk to you, because they're going to have the solution for you. It's like I don't know everything, nor do I think I know everything, nor do I want to know everything. But for me, it's important to be able to just have those tools in my tool belt when I need them. And like you know what, I don't know who can do that, but I was just having tequila with Sean the other day, and he talked about that. I know he can make that happen. So here's call him. Let's make this happen for you. But I think that's the crazy thing and good thing about real estate is like we talk about, not one size fits all approach, but like it's like you have to have a little Swiss Army knife, man. You have to be able to tailor something to that client and help them achieve that goal, which is what we're here to do, right? So.
Yeah, that's like the Sebastopol deal I was talking about. I got referred that deal at 8:30 last, cleaning my garage because it's a train wreck since I've been traveling so much, and get referred, talk to the buyer. I'm like, I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do a proper bridge loan on the current home. We're going to pull out what we need, no more, no less, because I don't want you paying more than you need to. That goes over here. We're going to use this loan program we have that lets us pretend that you've already sold your existing home, so we don't have to include those debts. Done. And I'm like, and then we made the offer today. I'm like, you don't need a loan contingency. I guarantee your earnest money deposit if I'm wrong, and hopefully we win.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. But it would have been a different approach for somebody different, right? They had $1 million in equity, so it's just a no-brainer way to do it.
Yeah, and I think if you're not having those conversations and trying to figure out their why, their motivation, and what they have at their disposal, then then we're just not trying to find solutions for the client. So it's crazy to hear you say that, because I know I've been through a lot of those situations last year where it's just like, well, we're gonna have to be creative on this one. Let's talk to our lender. Let's figure this out. But I know you've been traveling. I know you just came back from Mexico. I know that you got a lot of stuff that you've been up to. But I'm also curious to see what your new favorite beverage tastes like, because I haven't had it myself.
Dude, I'm stoked. I thought for sure you had it.
No, I haven't. I haven't. No, I think.
Claw at it?
No, yeah. Unless there you go. And then it has that little extra shot when you're done with the bottle.
Yeah, so I had them stacked up.
Oh, you do?
I had this little water cart, and then I run out and go over there and
get a little shot.
Yeah, it's like a little emergency stuff.
It is.
Here.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
I'm embarrassed to pour in front of you, man. I don't know how to do it.
No, I don't know how to do it either. I'm winging it. Here.
I'm stoked. I thought for sure you had it, but it's been my it's been my buddy. So my buddy showed me that October of 2024. We were at Halloween. We're all running around with the kids. He had it in his golf cart, and I drank it. I was like, dude, this is so good. And I couldn't find it. And he's like, you can't find it anywhere. It's impossible to get. And then I went to Total Wine. I'm like, boom, everywhere. But I like it.
This smells amazing.
I'm stoked you haven't had it. I thought for sure you had it.
Oh, man. That's what a good añejo should smell like. And then I didn't tell you this trick, but you see those little things coming down, those little lines?
Yeah.
They call those tiers.
Okay.
And so if you kind of swivel this around, you should see them come down nice and slow. Not super quick, but you'll see them start to drip down.
Oh, yeah.
It's the viscosity. So if it doesn't do that, don't fucking drink it.
What's viscosity?
It's essentially like the body.
Okay.
The body of it. So if they're running down super fast, more alcohol, less tequila, less actual like agave.
It's thinner.
Right. You want it to be nice and run down nice and slow, because it means it's kind of thicker. It has the body, they call it the cuerpo of the tequila. literally, they're like, if you don't see those lines or you just see them go super fast, don't fucking drink it.
Okay.
It's either like they call it what is it, adulterated when it's like when they what is it called when they tamper with alcohol or they make like it has some sort of name. I forget what it is, but it's like essentially I think the name is adulterado.
It's like it's not pure.
It's just not pure. It's been tampered with. Or they like drank all of it, filled it with some crap, and then resealed it.
Okay.
So just be careful on that stuff. But this is good stuff. You can already tell that that's what you want to see. Like, and then there's even like little ones that'll still form there, and it'll drip nice and slow. It means it has good viscosity, good cuerpo. So,
good.
Oh, and juice, bro.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Oh yeah.
You like it?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Oh, dude. No wonder you love it. And this straight like has that straight oakiness. Oh, dude, that's killer.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is my new bourbon replacement. I was drinking.
So good.
What got me into añejo was Mandala, but the extra añejo. If somebody gave me one of those, and I was like, this is tequila, and it's good, but it's so sweet that like I could have like maybe one or two.
Yeah.
And then, and it was expensive. That stuff's like $250 a bottle, I think.
Yeah.
And then this was, I think this was like $70, which to me is reasonable for. I mean, I spent a lot on bourbons, and my buddy that got me into it though.
It's good.
I'm glad you like it. I was like,
no, it's good.
I thought for sure you'd had it before.
No. I haven't had this one in particular. Like I'm thinking I tried maybe the Reposado because I remember the bottle, but
what does Cava de Oro mean?
Cava de Oro. Cava is, I think, cave of gold.
Is it?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Cave of gold.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Moises, what does Cava mean in Spanish?
What?
Cava.
Gava?
Cava.
Gava. I've never heard of Gava.
Is it cave or I'm tripping?
I don't know.
Never heard of
Gava.
Now you look it up.
My I know how to speak some Spanish, but my Spanish isn't the greatest.
Well, your accent's good.
Oro is gold.
Okay.
But Cava, I don't have no idea. I'm pretty sure all my listeners on this are like, what? You don't know what that means?
No, that can't be right. Oh, cave probably. A wine cellar was a cave, yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah.
I was sort of close, but Cava de Oro, I think the Cava is where they store the tequila underground,
Okay.
like in the dungeon or the cave.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Like a wine cave would be in Napa, yeah. Same deal.
So the gold cave or the gold, the gold dungeon, the golden dungeon.
Yeah.
But no, this is killer, man.
Like it, man.
This is killer.
Good.
I'm glad you brought it.
I saw that your collection. I'm like, he's had this.
No.
Anyways.
No, I haven't gone too crazy and tried every. There's so much I have to try. Like, and there's stuff that always is coming out, new stuff. So for me, it's like I try to keep up, but it's so hard because it's like new brands coming up left and right. Like I told you, like my neighbor in Mexico already created his brand. He's like, I need you to start promoting it for me and take some to the U.S. I'm like, we'll get there, bro. We'll get there. It'll happen. We'll definitely make it happen. But for me, it's like, if I like something, I'm going to tell them, shut off the rooftops. And if I hate it, the same thing too.
Yeah.
So there's some tequila that's just like, I just won't drink anymore because of how it makes me feel, or maybe just like, it just doesn't taste as good anymore. Like those brands we talked about, I'm not ever drinking that shit.
And that's how I'll go to like, a bar grill type place. Like, oh, can I get a tequila? Oh, what do you want? You want Casa Amigos? No, I don't.
No.
No. Give me, no. But I get mad. It's an integrity issue for me. Like, you cheated. So I don't want anything to do with you. Like, you cheated, and I don't like you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just, I can't, that's it. Like, I don't care if it tastes good. Even if I didn't feel bad, it shouldn't, this is wrong. And I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either. It's like, why am I going to buy something or drink something that isn't what they're actually selling me? It's like selling us a dozen eggs with 8 eggs in the basket. No, thank you. No, thank you. But this is great, bro. I'm glad you brought it.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
It's super tasty. Cameraman, you want some?
I'm okay.
It's tasty, bro.
Oh man, yeah. The taste is there. The smell is there. Yeah, you just get like all that barrel.
Yeah.
It's like
right.
And this is at least aged for 12 months. They have to age it for at least 12 to 18 months. So it's just the crazy thing too. And you learn more about this stuff as you go to tequila and you go to different tours and all that. But the crazy thing is, it's more expensive because obviously the process and how long it takes. But they lose a lot of alcohol when it's stored in the barrel.
Okay.
So they lose a certain percentage, obviously.
So it gets softer.
Well, there's less of it.
Alcohol.
They charge more of it. No, just like it evaporates.
Evaporates.
Yeah, so that's why they have the cavas or the dungeons.
Yeah.
It's stored underground because Mexico's so hot and humid.
Yeah.
So like if they have a barrel that's filled by 2 years, it'll be maybe 3/4 full or less.
Yeah.
Because it's also the wood is soaking up the alcohol.
Yeah.
But it's also so hot that it evaporates. So it's crazy. Like they had a barrel that was. We went and tried some at a distillery, and they had a barrel that was sitting there, and they had put like plexiglass on either side to kind of show people that over time, not only does the barrel suck it up, but the heat will evaporate it too. So it's crazy. So that's why it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Because of the process and because there's less of it when they're done with it. So hence why extra añejos are so damn expensive.
That's why. Okay, that makes sense. So it's funny you talk about evaporation. The fridge at the office, I have like cubes. And there's these shot glass molds where the shot glass is ice.
Oh, okay.
And a buddy of mine plays golf someplace in Cabo and told me that they have them. Like, hold on. And he's like, you shake the shot and you smash it. I'm like, Amazon that immediately. I didn't know that was a thing. So I have them at the office.
That's cool.
In my mind, everyone's going to come hang out with me. Nobody does. And so all the ice, it evaporates.
I'll
in
come
the freezer.
hang out with you.
Yeah, you should. It evaporates in the freezer. Like all the ice cubes that I have in there that are in those like proper molds.
Yeah.
I'll go in there and they're just evaporating.
Oh,
like
shit.
It's crazy. I didn't know ice evaporated.
Yeah.
So learned something.
Well, there you go.
Learned so many things today.
Yeah. There you go, bro. So you just came back from Cabo.
I was in Cancun.
Oh, Cancun. That's right.
Cancun was our company's like top 100 trip. That was really fun.
Nice.
That's like I'd never been there. It was
oh, it's beautiful.
What do they call that?
It's a little expensive, but it's beautiful.
Dude.
It's a lot of fun.
But it was fun. It's beautiful. Went diving.
Cool.
Water's super clear.
Yep.
But I love going on those trips because I learn a lot from the other people.
Yep. Very important.
I would qualify for them, but I wouldn't go because I was like, oh, everyone's going to be talking about volume and positioning and egos. And then we went last year for the first time, and it was in Punta Mita. And I was so, I told my wife, I'm like, we're going on this trip because you've always wanted to come here. We're not talking to anybody. And then we went, and it was just positive vibes.
That's great.
Everyone sharing ideas. There's no negativity about the market, this. Like, it was just, oh, you should try this, and you should do that. And I'm helping people with this strategy. And then I just, like, I get energy out of going on those trips. So it was super fun. And then, yeah, a lot of the travel just been watching the kid ride bulls, and I was in Virginia Beach last weekend, Reno next weekend.
Dope.
And then Ohio after that.
They stay busy then. He stays busy.
Every weekend.
It's wow.
He's in Arizona. We got home Sunday.
Yeah.
He left yesterday. He's in Arizona right now. He's going to ride a bunch this week to practice. And then, yeah, but it's been actually, dude. So the place he got started at, if you go down Highway 101 towards like Monterey or Carmel, there's like this green arena. If you're going south on the left-hand side, in like Morgan Hill, Gilroy.
Yeah.
So that's where he started.
Oh, okay.
Junior runs that.
Okay.
Dude, he throws Mexican rodeos there, and it's the most fun. Like, the boys will be riding bulls, but they've got the giant Mexican bands playing behind them.
Oh, dude.
And everyone's like dancing, and it's so much fun. So
they're
I'm gonna get I'll get the schedule. We all got to go to one.
I'm down.
It's so much fun.
Oh, I can't.
I'm like, these are the best rodeos ever.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Yeah,
and
it's a good time.
They just do bull riding and the music. It's like a concert with the bulls. But Christian Avalar said there was one band they had there, and he's like, dude, that's like a huge band in Mexico. I was like, really? Like,
I wonder who it was.
I can't remember.
Papa Mexicano or some crazy shit.
I can't remember. But it's like 20 guys on stage. It's so fun.
Yeah, dude, I can imagine because in Mexico they're hella fun. I haven't gone one out in the U.S. before.
Yeah,
like smaller stuff, but still, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that means we got to get back together. I got to go visit you at your office, help you with that tequila, and then we got to go to a rodeo. Sounds like fun to me.
That's what we're doing.
I'm there, man. It sounds like a great time. We'll bring some tequila. Yeah. Have a good time. But dude, honor, pleasure.
Dude,
thank you so much thank you for joining me, dude.
Fun.
Honestly, I was stoked when you were like calling me out on tequila online. I'm like, you know what, we got to do an episode, bro. Let's do this thing. It's long overdue. But yeah, I'm glad that you brought this on. Now I know that this is gonna be one that I'm gonna add to the shelf for sure.
Good.
It's tasty. If you guys haven't tried it, this is the one right here. This one you guys can't find in the store, so you gotta come find me to get this. But anywho, dude, again, pleasure. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for sharing some stories and chatting it up with me, and now we I think I learned a little something, you learned a little
I learned a lot.
something, and then now we take it back to our tribe and
Hell yeah.
keep it rocking. So I think the only way to really end it is give you back the mic, let you say, your closing remarks, how people can find you online, on social media, and then if people have any questions about lending, holler at Adventure Lender.
Yep, Adventure Lenders. Yeah, that's me on Instagram. It's kind of the easiest place. My name's Sean Herrero. I'm on the internet. You'll find me.
Just Google Sean Herrero,
Google
Adventure
Sean
Lender,
Herrero,
and you're gonna
Adventure
find
Lender, one or the other.
Yeah, it'll pop
You'll
up.
find me.
You'll see his fun lifestyle, literally shooting off pre-approvals out of van.
That's right.
Right on the edge of the water, chilling.
Right.
Well, again, bro, cheers.
Salute.
Appreciate you. Episode 57. We're out. Peace.